Are almost all the rules of the Tournament of Power being broken or altered? Do these rules not stand for anything? Recently I have noticed a lot of fans have started commenting as if all the rules have already been broken in this battle royale, or Xeno is just about allowing anything to happen. Well, while the rules are flexible, till this point, all major rules have been followed. As you know, using weapons are not allowed in the Tournament of Power, but Roshi used the Mafuba jar and now Potara earrings has been used for fusion. However, contrary to popular belief, none of this actually broke any rule. It would be better if they defined what they meant by weapons, but although they didn't define it, it's still not breaking the rule. Because the Great Priest very clearly said, weapons other than techniques are forbidden. The Mafuba jar is a part of a technique. The Potara earrings are also part of a technique. Without the technique, these weapons are almost harmless and might not even be considered weapons. Like what Frost did in the last tournament was no technique. He just used a needle to poison, totally external. That would surely lead to disqualification. But in both these cases, it wasn't just a plain use of a weapon, but a tool used as a part of a technique, which is allowed in the first place according to the rules, and then it was left to Xeno to judge if it fell under the criteria, and he okayed it. It's not like Xeno allowed something that wasn't already mentioned, instead he kind of judged if it was okay. This is not to say that Xeno does not have the power to overturn any rule or will not cancel any rule. What I'm saying is, he didn't yet do anything too contradictory. He might, but till now he didn't. So I think the fans are overreacting when they say all the rules have been broken. It stands for nothing and so on. Then we come to the part about flying. If you are a Dragon Ball fan, if you are someone who watched the 80s Dragon Ball, I don't see any reason why you didn't get that. Back in the days when almost no one knew flight, we still saw battles on the air. In simple words, they jumped high using extraordinary force and with techniques would fall down slow, giving an impression as if they are flying or floating on the air. So if they could do that back in the days when their power level was ranging lower than 1000, it's only obvious for it to look this better now that they are trillions of times stronger than that time. Also, the use of force is made clear in another scene. Like when Goku landed the final punch on Jiren in their last encounter, he didn't reach him flying, but he kicked the pole and used the force to go towards Jiren's direction. So, in my personal opinion, they were not flying at all, it was just use of force. However, even that was not the case. Even if they were flying, it's still probably not against the rules. Because if we go really technical, the Great Priest actually never said that flying is totally not allowed while announcing the rules. All he ever said was, quote, "Skills to prevent falling, such as floating, cannot be used. However, warriors with wings can still fly." Like Dispo was about to fall off stage and one of his team members grabbed him back. But if Dispo flied back to the stage, that's what would be against the rules. Unless he had wings, in which case he could even fly back. Later on in the beginning, Goku tried to fly to test it out and failed to do so. That's where basically the idea of flying being banned came from. But in actuality, all that has been confirmed is flying or floating is not allowed to prevent falling. And that flying is not easy in the stage since it's not forbidden. It might be possible for some to fly when they power up to the max. Another issue has been with the pacing. Some source probably mentioned that the Universal Survival Arc will last till March of 2018. It might be the Tournament of Power till the end, or things could happen after the tournament still being a part of the arc. However, the point is, DBS has changed its pacing, and it's more like Dragon Ball Z now. And I totally love it, because I always felt it was rushed previously in DBS, and I couldn't get emotionally involved with the story like I could back in the DBZ days. I don't get why some people who are DBZ fans but usually hates on Super are getting pissed off with it. They're literally getting back the trademark classic DB pacing. There's just no winning with some of these bitches. No matter what Super does,